The room hums with quiet. You scroll, half awake, half elsewhere. Another day begins. Same light, same walls, same heartbeat that feels borrowed instead of yours. It's strange, isn't it? You have everything that should make you feel alive. Music, people, laughter echoing through digital rooms. And yet, beneath it all, there's this dull ache, a soft, invisible emptiness. You tell yourself it's just fatigue, just a mood. But deep down, you know it's more than that. You've stopped feeling. Not entirely, just enough to notice the absence. You used to laugh without knowing why. You used to feel time moving through you like a song. Now, everything feels like a scene you've already watched. Every emotion, delayed, muted, translated into thought before it reaches the heart. What happened to you? They say it's depression, or burnout, or the modern condition. But maybe it's something older, something that begins when you start seeing too clearly. When you were younger, you felt before you thought. You danced before you asked why. You believed that meaning lived inside the moment. But knowledge has a side effect. It sterilizes wonder. The more you understand the world, the harder it is to be surprised by it. The curtain pulls back and you see the strings holding up the stars. That's the tragedy of awareness. It gives you truth but steals your innocence. You gain control but you lose immersion. You used to swim in the ocean of life. Now you stand at the shore, analyzing the waves. You call it maturity. Society calls it strength. But what if it's neither? What if it's just distance, a subtle exile from your own experience? You've built a fortress made of observation. Every feeling gets inspected before it's allowed in. Every joy must prove it's safe before it's felt. You think you're protecting yourself from pain, but you're also blocking the pulse that makes you human. You don't cry anymore, not because you're calm, but because part of you has stopped believing that tears change anything. That's not peace, that's paralysis. We mistake numbness for wisdom because it looks so similar. Stillness, composure, a quiet that no longer trembles. But true wisdom doesn't erase emotion, it refines it. It doesn't numb, it nourishes. The Stoics never told us to feel nothing. They told us to feel everything without being ruled by it. To let emotion pass through us like wind through a field, bending, never breaking. You've misunderstood strength. You thought it meant silence, detachment, control. But strength is the ability to stay open even when the world cuts deep. Because the moment you close off to pain, you close off to beauty too. You want to feel alive again? Then you must let the walls crack. You must risk being moved. Stop analyzing every heartbeat. Stop measuring meaning before it happens. Let life interrupt your logic. Look around. The world is not dead. It's just waiting for you to return to it. To taste your coffee without checking the clock. To walk without recording. To speak without rehearsing. You don't need a grand purpose to feel alive. You just need presence. Raw, unfiltered, unapologetic awareness. That's where meaning hides. Not in explanations, but in experience. And if you've forgotten what that feels like, that's okay. We all drift away from ourselves sometimes. We all get caught in the loop of thought, mistaking analysis for aliveness. But life is patient. It waits for you to notice it again. In the quiet hum of the city at night, in the way light folds across your skin, in the small pulse of existence whispering, "I'm still here." You haven't lost your aliveness. You've only stopped listening for it. So tonight, when the noise fades, don't reach for distraction. Sit still. Let the silence stretch. And somewhere in that stillness, you'll feel it again, the faint, stubborn rhythm of being. Not loud, not cinematic, just real. That's what it means to be alive. If this video stirred something in you, if it reminded you that feeling nothing is not the end, but the beginning of rediscovery, then stay. There's more waiting, more truths, more quiet revolutions of the mind. Subscribe for more deep, thought-provoking explorations like this one. And together, let's keep unlearning the noise to rediscover what it truly means to be.